we dissect one of the most confusing questions on the ballot with a little help from your candidates. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News. First, the latest now on Colorado wildfires. 2 new fires started over the weekend, both within 30 miles of Boulder. The Cal Wood Fire has burned 8,800 acres since Saturday, destroying more than 26 homes. That fire, luckily, barely grew yesterday, while the Left Hand Canyon Fire erupted, burning more than 300 acres 1 mile outside of Ward, threatening dozens of homes. Hundreds of firefighters are battling the two. Up north, the Williams Fork Fire on the Summit-Grand County line is holding steady, while the East Troublesome Fire in northern Grand County more than doubled in size over the weekend, now burning 12,600 acres. The Cameron Peak Fire grew 35,000 acres since Friday, now scorching nearly 204,000 acres, roughly 320 square miles. The Cameron Peak Fire is more than 9 weeks old, and for 6 weeks now, personnel have been battling COVID outbreaks. Larimer County officials report 43 cases among firefighters last week alone, up from 23 cases on October 7th. That is the biggest surge for wildland firefighters there since early September, making Cameron Peak the second largest COVID outbreak in Larimer County, behind only the CSU campus. More than 45% of the continental U.S. is suffering drought right now, and the National Weather Service expects it to continue through winter. The service released its annual winter outlook recently, showing colder, wetter conditions in the northern half of the U.S. and warmer, drier conditions in the southern half. Colorado and Summit sit right in the middle, with a 30 to 50% chance of warmer than average weather. Snowfall, though, should be just about average, with below average snowfall in southern Colorado, southern Utah, and most of California, above average snowfall in northern Idaho, northern Wyoming, and much of Montana. Today, in the Krystal 93 election primer, we ask Summit County Commissioner candidates about Proposition 117, retroactive taxpayer approval of state enterprise funds. This is one of the most confusing questions on the ballot, so we asked candidate Josh Blanchard for the plain English.
Because of Tabor, the state uses enterprises to provide services, implementing programs that serve Colorado and Summit County.
Blanchard does not support Prop 117. And neither does Tamara Pogue, giving the example of Colorado's $90 million health reinsurance program, one example of an enterprise fund created without taxpayer approval.
If 117 passes, I think it really does take a tool out of the toolbox in allowing the state to be creative on solving some of our most difficult problems.
Many recent ballot questions have tried to sidestep the Taxpayer Bill of Rights, but not Prop 117, which adds a new layer to Tabor. Bruce Butler explains why he will vote yes.
Sunshine's a great disinfectant, and I have absolutely no problem with taking good, reasoned measures to the voters and letting them approve or disapprove.
Stay tuned all month for our look at the 2020 ballot and how your commissioner candidates will vote. Today is Slow Down, Move Over Day in Colorado, trying to prevent roadside fatalities by hitting the brakes when you see an accident and getting away from traffic if you are involved in one. Nationwide, 44 emergency personnel were struck and killed by cars last year, including 18 law enforcement officers and 14 tow truck drivers. Summit County, meet the future of Summit Stage. County officials this morning cut the ribbon on 3 new electric buses. They are valued at $750,000 apiece and cost just 8 cents per gallon to operate, about 21 cents cheaper than diesel. Summit's 2019 Climate Action Plan shows 33% of local greenhouse gases come from cars, and these buses are part of the county's goal to be 100% electric or zero emissions by 2050. In sports, Norway's Lucas Brathen won the opening race of the World Cup Alpine ski season yesterday, giant slalom in Austria. Tommy Ford was top American in 22nd. Vale's River Radamus finished 27th. Italy's Marta Bassino won the women's race. Team USA's Paula Moltzen was 10th, and Nina O'Brien took 15th. And in local sports, brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Weiss Agency, Summit High football is 1-1 this season and back in action on Friday at home for Palisade. Tune into the broadcast live on our sister station, C-Rock 103.3, starting 4:30 with the pregame. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News.